Hello, everybody. Mr. Marc here. Another great edition of Mr. Marc's Mailbag is about to come at you. So we're pretty excited. It's wonderful weather here in the state of Florida, and I've been outside a lot, exercising like I'm always asking you guys to do. So I just wanted to give you that heads up real quick. How about we get right to your letters, which is what you guys want anyway. Let's see. First up is from Carl, who's in the third grade from the great state of Mississippi. I need to ask Director Denny, have we had a letter come in from Mississippi yet? I don't know. Let's see what does Carl have to say. Carl, dear Mr. Marc, my favorite exercise is riding my bike. My dad and I bike everywhere. That's really cool, right? You're not only exercising, you're outside, and you're with your dad. Lots of fun. What's your favorite exercise? You know what I remember as your age, besides, and I'm sure, Carl, you do a lot of other stuff, but you're saying what your favorite one was as a kid. I would say it was riding my bike also. Sure, I played all the different sports just like you and had a lot of fun, but we used to go on long bike rides with me and my brothers and all of our friends. Like every Saturday, we'd ride our bikes to school and stuff, but like on every Saturday or Sunday, we'd take off on these long bike rides. So it's really neat. My dad didn't go though. My brothers went, so it's pretty awesome that you're out there with your dad. Great question. Nowadays, I would say if I had to choose one exercise, it would be running. I'm sure you probably knew that, right? From our adventures, we're always, what? We're always moving. We never stop moving. Okay, just like right now, let's move on to the next question. Dear Mr. Marc, this is from Sandra. It's in, hard to read, blue ink on, or dark ink on dark paper. This is from Sandra, who's in the 5th grade from Washington, D.C. All right. I like your adventures, especially Dino 1, the Dino Disaster. It is a fan favorite, probably our top 3, I think, most watched episode or adventure every single week. Are they easy to make? And what was the hardest one? Is what Sandra wants to know. Great question. You know what? I don't think I've ever been asked that question. I've answered a lot of questions. That's a great question, Sandra, in the 5th grade from Washington, D.C. Are they easy to make? No, they're not easy to make. Each one takes about 4 months to make of our adventures. And at its highest point, there's about 28 different people that have a say and have some type of job on each one. We film for 12 hours, so they're not easy to make. However, they are a lot of fun to make. And then the icing on the strawberry, since this is Adventure Fitness, I didn't want to say cake. I'm just kidding. The best part about it is that you guys enjoy it so much, so it's always worth the effort when we see your faces and the millions of kids that have a chance to go on adventures with me every week. What was the hardest one? You know what? I don't know if there was one in particular of our adventures. We've done 27 of them. I don't know if there was like a hardest, but there's certain scenes that were really difficult. And it's funny you mention that because instantly 2 scenes come to mind. One was in Captive Castle when Mr. Lazy captured Mr. Clock, had him down in the dungeon. But there's one scene that we go down this hallway with all the knights. I'm sure you guys know it, and they're dropping their swords and we're ducking and dodging and all that. When we initially, it was supposed to be that scene, say maybe 30 seconds, and it ended up being, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, so it's way too long. So it took a lot of rewriting. It took us doing that scene over and over and over and over again. So that was really hard. And then probably, this is my favorite scene out of any adventure. It's in Medieval Madness, which I know you guys really like, and it's at the end, and it's the Gauntlet of Gadgetry, which was so cool to make, and it came out just wonderful in the episode. But that was really challenging to do, and it's extremely challenging for you guys to do as well, because every time I've had a chance to speak in a virtual visit or at a school, I ask you guys a lot about that particular scene, and everybody shakes their head. It's really hard. There's no doubt about it. But that was difficult to shoot, but it is a wonderful scene. Thank you very much, Sandra, 5th grade, Washington, D.C. Next up, let's talk to Calvin in the 3rd grade from Director Denny's area in Texas. Dear Mr. Marc, short and sweet. How about this? Do you exercise every day? Your friend and adventure buddy Calvin in third grade from Texas. Yeah, you said, do I exercise every day? But I'm going to answer it like this too. I view it as, yes, it's exercise, but I view it more as kind of like what our theme is. It's always to be moving. So do I put my body in motion each day doing some type of physical activity? Yes, I do. You can call it exercising, you can call it training, call it whatever you want. But the bottom line is either going on a long walk or a run or lifting weights or swimming or riding your bike or your scooter or something like that. I call that exercising. That means you're moving. So yes, 7 days a week, absolutely. I'm always doing something like that. It is important for you too as well, but don't always view it as exercising. View it as having fun. So when you're out there riding your bike or you're walking your dogs or whatever the case is, maybe you're just on a treadmill, I don't know. That's good. You know what I mean? You're getting your body moving and it's making your heart nice and healthy. Awesome questions, everybody. Now, as you know, Adventure to Fitness is on the overall platform of Adventure to Learning right now, which is really awesome. There's all kinds of different programs to go along with Adventure to Fitness. And there's so many of them. I actually have jotted down some of them so I can go through them pretty quickly. But one of them is Bari Koral, who focuses on yoga and mindfulness, which is really neat. And it's important to do yoga. Bari helps you focus, also helps your strength and flexibility. So a lot of good things that come into play if you do Bari Koral yoga mindfulness. Also, Fitbound is a lot of fun. And maybe try on Fitbound, they have something called an aerobic burst, which would get you ready for maybe one of our Adventure Fitness adventures. So check out Fitbound. And I'm trying to yes, we're all about moving and physical activity, but also we have a lot of educational stuff on Adventure to Learning platform now. And one of them is Cool School. And what that is it's going to help, kids to just engage and learn more about creative writing and language arts. And one other thing, and literacy. So there's a lot of really neat things that are on Adventure to Learning right now. I'm becoming more and more familiar with them all the time. And from the feedback that we're getting, you guys are really enjoying the new overall platform called Adventure to Learning, where you can find Adventure to Fitness. I'm sure most of you know that by now. Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Mr. Marc's Mailbag. More and more people are watching every week. More letters and questions are coming in, so we do appreciate it. You can always send it to the address that's on your screen right now. You see it right there? Yep. Send it to that address, your questions, and we will try to get them on the air. That's going to do it for this edition of Mr. Marc's Mailbag. As always, what? Huh? Yes, keep it moving.